communication with them.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the January the 19th council meeting. It is the first meeting of 2021. I would start the meeting by asking everyone to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I would ask that maybe you keep in mind the 400,000 individuals that have lost their lives in COVID-related deaths. Whether or not you believe that they actually died of COVID or another illness, it's still important to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. They are no longer with us and their family, and I'm sure that they are missed. Please pray for our country and continue to do our part to keep everybody safe and get through this pandemic. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. Miss Jackie, may you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor. Mayor Velardo.
Here.
Vice Mayor Evans.
Here.
Ms. Russell.
Here.
Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Redmond.
Here.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Here.
Mr. Haskins.
Here.
Make a motion to excuse Mr. Mitchell.
Second.
Ms. Velardo.
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Ms. Russell.
Here. Yes.
Mr. Redmond.
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Yes.
Mr. Haskins.
Yes.
Thank you for being so good at that. I never have to prompt you. Before you are the recorded proceedings from the December the 15th meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review them? And are there any changes or concerns regarding the minutes? There being none, do I have a motion to approve the December the 15th minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Redmond.
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Yes.
Mr. Haskins.
Yes.
Ms. Velardo.
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Ms. Russell.
Yes.
Correspondence. Jackie, I think there is one piece of correspondence?
Yes, Mayor. We have correspondence from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control regarding a new permit for True by Hilton at 951 Chamber Drive, Milford, Ohio, 45150. Do we request to have a hearing?
I make a usual motion to do nothing.
Second.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Thank you.
That takes us to financial statements. You should have the finance report from November and the finance report from December. So the first thing we need is a motion to adopt the finance report from November.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
And do I have a motion to acknowledge receipt of the December finance report?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes?
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
All right. So this takes us to our first public comment section. If you are watching us on Facebook Live, welcome. Hi, thanks for joining us. If you have any questions that you want to submit, we will all do our best to scroll through and try to acknowledge any questions that you may have in the audience. If there's anybody with us today that would like to address council, now would be the time to do so. We would just ask you to come to the podium and state your name.
No, we're just here to observe.
Well, it's good to see you, Mr. Klein.
Okay.
Hi, Mrs. Klein. Mr. Neal, here to observe as well? That's awesome. All right, so there being no public comments, we'll go straight to our standing committee reports. And you will note that there's just been a minor change on the committees. Mrs. Russell asked to be removed from one of the committees, and Mr. Redmond, who was only serving on one, was happy to step up. So slight change. That those corrections are on your sheet. If you have any questions, comments, or if you would like to make a change, please let me know. So we'll go right to Administrative Services, Vice Mayor Lisa Evans.
All right, thank you. I call the meeting to order at 5 o'clock on January 13th. Present were myself, Sandy Russell, and Kim Chamberlain via telephone. Staff Michael Doss, Pat Worthland, and Jackie Bain. We approved the proceedings from the December 8th meeting. 2020-2021 salt tabulation. Mr. Hackmeister presented the state bid information for road salt. The city typically orders around 700 tons per year. Since we had a mild winter last year, we requested 400 tons this year. The bid amount is $54.29 per ton from Compass Minerals America, Inc., and we are required to purchase 90% of the bid amount. So the total amount is for $21,716. And that price was like, I think it was 80 some or 90 some dollars last year per ton, so it was like almost half price. It was way cheaper. The committee agreed to make a recommendation for the law director to draft an ordinance authorizing an agreement with Compass Minerals America, Inc. to purchase road salt.
Second.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Claremont County Auditor advance payments of taxes during the year 2021. Ms. Worthland noted that the city annually requests advances in real estate tax receipts and other county sources as funds become available. This would allow the city to receive these taxes more in line with as earned. Without such a request, the city would receive taxes twice a year, usually in July and November. So the committee agreed to make a recommendation authorizing the law director to draft a resolution authorizing request for advancement of taxes from the Claremont County Auditor.
Second.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
And amending appropriation ordinance 2020-63. Ms. Worthland presented a list of reappropriations and a few items that came to light after the council 2020 budget work session. Council previously approved most of the big ticket items by way of ordinance. Essentially, most of these are commitments from the prior year or unpaid bills. The committee reviewed the list, and the committee agreed to make a recommendation for the law director to draft an ordinance amending appropriations ordinance 2020-63 by increasing the individual items as listed on the included chart totaling $809,050.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
And with no further business, we adjourned at 5:10.
10-minute meeting.
That doesn't sound right.
Can't
Maybe it
beat that.
was. Maybe it was. I don't think it was that fast. Maybe it was.
You're just efficient.
Yeah.
Thank you. Community Development Committee, Mr. Haskins.
Thanks, Mayor. The Community Development Committee meeting took place on January 13th. The meeting was called by myself at 4 p.m. Present were myself, Mr. Redmond, and Mr. Mitchell was absent. The staff, City Manager Michael Doss, Finance Director Pat Worthland, and Administrative Assistant Jackie Bain. Proceedings, we approved the December 7th, 2020 Community Development Committee meeting minutes. I made a motion to approve, and Mr. Redmond seconded that motion. 2021 Claremont County Park District Community Parks Grant Program Project. Mr. Doss discussed with the committee follow-up information from last month's meeting. Every year, Claremont County Park District provides grant program through some of their county levy proceeds for parks. It is typically $100,000 total. They request that the maximum amount you can request is $20,000. The applications are due to the county by January 26, 2021. The committee reviewed with Mr. Doss some of the items discussed in detail in the December 7th meeting. Terrell Park parking information was discussed, as well as parking at Jonas Memorial Park. Riverside Ball Park and ball field information was also reviewed. Mr. Doss presented quotes for paving at Terrell Park and also for adding additional parking to the Jonas Memorial Park addition to Riverside Park. Quotes for bleachers and materials that our service department would use to construct, and all the work in kind was also presented. A grant application would be put together in the amount of $20,000 for the project. It would include the Terrell Park parking lot expansion, Riverside Park, new parking, and improvements to the ball field at Riverside Park. As part of the grant application package, we will supply the quotes. Total project cost for all these improvements was $32,052.33, paving at $23,755, bleachers at $5,469.99, and the dugout materials at $1,857.34, less the money that we would request from the Claremont County Community Parks Grant Fund, which would leave the city of Milford expense at $12,052.33. This amount is well beyond the 25% cash match, which is also required as part of the grant. Mr. Doss informed the committee that we do not get the grant. If we do not get the grant, we will move forward with the projects, since we do have some monies that are available for the Jonas Park and the Riverside ballparks. Ms. Worthland discussed budget appropriations information with the committee and approving the funding information for these projects. The committee agreed to make a recommendation for the law director to draft a resolution authorizing the city manager to submit an application to the Claremont County Park District for 2021 Community Parks Improvement Grant Program.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes, and a quick question. Wasn't there some money also from storm damage, like insurance money for Riverside Park? Like the backstop that was tore up? Is that part of that was that bleachers also, or?
Pat, I don't know if you can,
Okay.
insurance money for some of the damage to the park.
That's all right, but there are some funds for that available, weren't there? Like,
There were, and actually, I think, what was it?
She'll need to come to the podium.
4,500 of it, we were gonna take from that category towards the 12,500.
okay.
Yeah, that's right.
7,000, that's what's sort of going through my
Okay, that's fine. I just thought that there was some insurance money from the damage.
good memory.
Yeah.
Good question.
Right, yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Sorry.
Mr.
Yeah,
Redmond?
I was listening.
I had a rhythm there.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes. There was additional discussion of a walking bridge bike path concept leading into the downtown area and funding for such a project, as well as how we would plan to move forward on the 5 Points project and water tower project. There being no other business, I made a motion to adjourn. Mr. Redmond seconded that, and it was over at 4:59 PM.
Thank you, Mr. Haskins.
Welcome.
All right, that leads us to our city manager report, Mr. Doss.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, City Council. Very brief report tonight, which I anticipate will be one of my last brief reports as we start to amp up things within the city for project season. I just want to let you know that we are still accepting requests for proposals for our 25 Main Street property, the old Park National Bank. We continue to receive interest for the building and the property. I've had last week 3 showings. Kind of feel like a real estate agent. But we've had 3 showings of that, and we've sent it out directly to about 7 interested parties. I do want to remind the public, remind council, and anyone interested, that those RFP proposals are due to the city by January 29th of this month. Once we receive those proposals in the office, we will provide copies of each of those proposals to each city council member, so you all can evaluate and review those proposals and make a recommendation for a preferred developer or buyer for that property. Do want to let the public know that the City Hall offices are now open. The main office lobby and utility office is open to the public. The tax department office lobby will remain closed until next Tuesday, when it will open up next Tuesday, January 26th at 8:30 in the morning. I do want to also let the public know that since we have reopened the office, we're no longer accepting credit card payments by phone. This is something we did while we had our office closure for the pandemic. Also, the State of the City presentation. Do have a tentative schedule to do that presentation to City Council at the next City Council meeting on February the 2nd. You'll get a review of crazy 2020, everything that's happened, and a little bit on what's on the horizon for 2021 with the city. Standing committee reports or standing committee meetings, we do not have any at this time. However, 2 of the 3 committee members for safety services have reached out to me, and we're tentatively looking at next Wednesday, the 27th at 4:30 p.m. Again, we'll hopefully verify that by tomorrow, but if you can just kind of put that on your calendars. Next Wednesday, the 27th at 4:30 p.m. And then some reminders, the next council meeting is February 2nd at 7 o'clock, of course. And then February the 10th is a planning commission meeting at 6 o'clock p.m.
Thank you, Mr. Doss. Just a quick question. We've had a couple water main breaks and some issues with water being temporarily turned off. Do you just want to address that real quick as to a status update on that?
They're both been repaired. There was no boil water advisory issued for either one of those. It's not uncommon for that to happen this time of year with freeze and thaws. Aging infrastructure, much like a lot of other municipalities. Sometimes it's just perfect storm, essentially.
Sure.
But a lot of it's usually attributed to some freeze and thaw, hot one day, cold the next, or whatever, and they just burst.
The good thing is we have our own water department, so they can respond quickly and get it done
Correct. They
and efficiently.
have worked very hard.
Yes.
A lot of hours put in, but they did it, and again, without any boil water advisory or anything having to be issued.
We are looking forward to your presentation.
Thank you.
Hi, Chief Mills.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. You should have received my December monthly report, but I'll touch on some of the highlights. We had our typical spike in theft and fraud reports at our various retail locations, as well as a spree of counterfeit bills that we are investigating. We also had a weapons violation occur on Old Bank Road, and a sudden death was investigated on Mohawk Trail. Some administrative items. I participated in the Hamilton Township Police Department's Sergeant's Promotion process. We took delivery of all of our CARES Act purchases. We held our command staff, our annual December command staff meeting. We did a fourth quarter mobile video recording inspections where a supervisor routinely reviews all of our in-car videos, or a random sampling, I should say, just to make sure we're within policy and procedure. We had a couple of days where we were without our records management system, but it's back up and running now. And we had 2 MDCs that were taken out of service for connectivity issues. In terms of community relations, our Shop with a Hero was a big success again, as was the annual Operation Holiday Patrol, which was won by Squad 4. Officer Eschman came through and kind of eked that one out at the last minute, so I'll be recognizing her very soon.
I sure hope we can get through this pandemic and participate in that Shop with a Hero again. I really miss not being able to
Yeah, there's a
participate
lot
in
of
that.
outreach that we really weren't able to do in 2020, and we're really hoping that we can get back to it this year. It's a huge part of our operation.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Chief. Fire and EMS, Chief Baird. Good evening.
Hello.
You've had quite a interesting couple weeks, huh, Chief? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My apologies, I usually have that stuff up there in front, but, which will lead me into, we were having a meal, the unit today is on duty today is having a meal. Jason Jewett, Captain Jason Jewett, been with us for about 4 years, came to us from Wayne Township, Claremont County. He is leaving our employ. Tonight is his last shift on duty with us. He's accepted Hamilton Township. I just heard Chief Mills talking about that. He's accepted the Assistant Fire Chief's position with Hamilton Township, Warren County, and he'll start there. Well, I guess he starts actually the end of this week. Did a great job with us. Came to us at the right time in the life of our department when we were coming through some reorganization after Chief Cooper's retirement. And I had some very specific goals for training that I wanted to meet, and Captain Jewett was a huge part of us doing that, working that direction. We, under his guidance, we established, as the mayor would know because of her husband working at Miami Township, we established quite a mutual aid training partnership with our immediate neighbors, and all became members of Loveland Sims Training Tower Consortium, and have for the past several years trained together regularly throughout the year, because at any given time busy Miami Township may have several runs going at once, and they're relying on their neighbors to cover calls that could be structure fires or anything, just like we occasionally have that need. And us training together is very important, and Captain Jewett, while not completely responsible for that, certainly played a very large part in moving that part of our operation forward. So he's going to be missed. I wish him well. It's just a great opportunity for him. He's very similar in age to me, 29, but he has career goals that he wants to meet, and quite frankly, I'm in the way here. And so he's moving into a great position with Hamilton Township. So we wish him well, and I ask you to extend your congratulations to him at the first opportunity. In your packet is included the 2020 annual report for the department, and I'm not going to go through that. You can read that at your leisure, except to say just a couple of things. Financially, the department ended up in very solid position. Ending the year, we were concerned going into the front end of the year, about reserves, and then the COVID stuff kicked in, and we were really concerned about things. But in the end, quite frankly, we came out in very strong financial condition. We were watching our money very closely this year because we didn't know what the year was going to bring. But in the end, I think the board was very comfortable with what we ended with and what we're going into 2021 with. And I was going to mention the fact that somewhere along the way, I would like to do a presentation to the council on the 2021 MCFD budget. So whenever that can be fit into the schedule, I heard you've got a lot going on, but I'd like to, at some point in time early this year, get that in front of you and let you see what's going on.
We'll make that a priority.
We, as far as the activities, training activity of the department, I've kept you pretty well abreast of that throughout the year. Very happy with our end result, even with the COVID-19 virus getting in the way. And we had to do training a lot differently throughout the year, but we still managed to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. From a response standpoint, we ended up the year with 1,986 total details. We were 5 details higher than last year overall. So EMS and fire details were about the same. Patient transports were within 12 of each other. So our activity has kind of hit a plateau. We were going up through the middle of the decade, but now we've kind of leveled out again. But I expect as Pam and Michael go about their business attracting good stuff to the city, that our runs will go up accordingly, and we'll be prepared for that when it happens. So if anybody has any questions about the annual report, you're more than welcome to shoot me an email or whatever. Just a few more quick things and I'll get out of the way. We are still using Goshen Township's, one of their spare ambulances. Our spare ambulance was supposed to go in for its remount work on January the 4th. The manufacturer called us about the last week in December and said they were going to be on at least a 1-month delay because they're having illness issues and shutdown issues and material handling issues. So we are still graciously gracious of Goshen Township to let us use their spare ambulance, and that's just the nature of the animal. Everybody's there. We had 16 really good departments in Claremont County, 16 very progressive chiefs, and everybody is willing to lend a hand to help the neighbor out without even thinking about it. So we're very fortunate as a city to benefit from Goshen Township's generosity, and I just wanted to acknowledge that. We hope to have the truck up and having the remount work started by the beginning of February, but again, we're at their mercy. We're in the process, they actually do interviews tomorrow, of promoting 2 people from the part-time ranks to full-time firefighter paramedic positions to fill openings that we have. One's a couple years old that we didn't fill because of budgetary concerns, and then the other one is from a departure of one of our full-time employees back in the late summer. And other than that, whenever you can do a work session, I'll be glad to make a presentation. Do you have any questions for me?
Thank you for including these thank you notes that you received.
Oh, yeah. My pleasure.
To see the kind of work you do and people appreciate it.
It amazes me. I don't want to stand up here and bloviate, but it just amazes me how gracious our community is towards its first responders, not just us, but Jamie's operation as well. I mean, people are just top notch to the first responders in the community, and I certainly appreciate it, and I'm sure Chief Mills echoes my sentiments. So.
Chief, what will the process be for Captain Jewett's replacement?
We don't have that yet. We're trying to let the dust settle because it happened relatively quickly. I want to get these 2 full-time positions filled, and then I don't know. I mean, that's what I want to have a meeting. We actually have the first meeting that the remaining three captains and I are going to have tomorrow, and just kind of, at that point in time, start picking up, I wouldn't say picking up the pieces, it's way too strong of a,
Dividing responsibilities?
yeah, starting to designate AORs, if you will, to new people, and it gives us an opportunity, let some new people do some different stuff as well, so. But as far as a long-range plan, I want to think about it a while. Talk to
Well-
the board about it.
Please give them our best.
I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Does anybody have any, oh, wait, community development report. Pam has provided the community development report. I believe you should have that, dated January the 6th. Members of the audience, if you would like a copy, it is available upon request. And if you guys don't have
I
it,
don't have one.
it is available upon request.
It was in the email.
I saw the email.
Yeah.
It was attached to the email. I saw the email about
Yeah.
it.
So that's there for you. Council comments. Does anybody have anything they want to discuss? Also, you should have been given by Jackie our 2021 schedule for our council meetings. A rough draft. If we need to change something, we can, but those are the proposed dates for 2021.
Do we have to approve the summer schedule?
I don't think it's not a vote. I don't
Is
believe
it
it is. We can change it as we need to.
Listed,
Sorry?
the dates listed on the
look
schedule
good.
is okay? For
Yeah.
summer? Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, it should be fine.
thank you.
Anybody else? Before we move into ordinances and resolutions? All right, there being none, Mr. Manir?
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2021-624, a resolution authorizing the submittal of a community park improvement grant application to the Claremont County Park District, whereas the city of Milford desires to see its residents enjoy the benefits of a community park. Be it resolved that the council of the city of Milford hereby expresses its support for a community park improvement grant application and authorizes its preparation and submittal to the Claremont County Park District, which application will request partial reimbursement for expenses for the improvements to City of Milford community parks.
Just an adopt, it's a resolution.
Motion
Yeah,
to
motion to
adopt.
adopt. I was waiting for somebody on the committee.
Second?
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Resolution 2021-625, a resolution authorizing request for advancement of taxes from the Claremont County Auditor. Now therefore be it resolved that the council of the city of Milford hereby requests the advance payment from the Claremont County Auditor of the taxes due to the city of Milford during 2021 pursuant to section 321.34 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Motion to adopt.
Second?
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Ordinance 2021-69, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of road salt from Compass Minerals America, Inc. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Municipality of Milford, Section 1. The Council of the City of Milford hereby authorizes the purchase of road salt from Compass Minerals American Incorporated for $21,716 pursuant to and in accordance with the terms and conditions of the agreement, fully incorporated herein pursuant to Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Section 2, pursuant to and in accordance with Section 12.05 of the Milford City Charter. This ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second?
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ordinance 2021-69, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of road salt from Compass Minerals America, Inc.
Motion to adopt.
Second?
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes?
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ordinance 2021-70, an ordinance amending appropriation ordinance 2020-63. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Municipality of Milford, Section 1. The Council of the City of Milford hereby authorizes City Finance Director to amend appropriation ordinance 2020-63 by increasing the individual items as set forth and listed on the chart attached hereto and fully incorporated herein pursuant to Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Said amendments totaled $809,050. Section 2, pursuant to in accordance with Section 12.05 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only?
Second?
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ordinance 2021-70, an ordinance amending appropriation ordinance 2020-63.
Motion to adopt?
Second?
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Manier. All right. That concludes our meeting. If nobody has anything else, I would just wish everybody the best of health. Take care of each other, get those vaccines, wear your masks, and we'll see you next month. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second?
Ms. Velardo?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Haskins?
Yes.
Thank you. Good night.